what do you think about DACA? I think that it's the federal government deciding who can and can't be here. I think that here's the other part of that when it comes to immigration enforcement. Immigration controls are a violation of your right to host, hire, or house whomever you wish on your property and to travel to properties where you're welcome. It's a violation of your rights. And we see the police state that has already been created to try to enforce that. We see how if you want to get a job, it has to be run through a federal identification program. It's used as an excuse to force you to have a biometrics ID on you at all times. It's, you see the massive police state that's been put on the border. Countless acres of land seized through eminent domain, seized from private landowners to build walls and to build crossing checkpoints and everything else to keep people out. But it also could keep you in. It's a massive violation of your rights, and people are still coming in illegally. If you think of the kind of massive police state that would have to be built even bigger than the one that we have, and the massive surveillance state and the number of laws and heavy enforcement on and infringements upon you to be able to effectively keep people from coming here illegally, I don't think you want to live in that world. That's a fortress state that you would have to live in to be able to have that. Why not instead just remove the burdens that make you unemployable or increasingly more expensive to employ? Why not instead allow you to associate with people as you wish? I think that's a much fairer system. So did the founders. That's why they didn't put any restrictions for migration in the Constitution. And in fact, restrictions on migration and trade were one of the stated reasons in the Declaration for Independence that they were declaring themselves independent from the crown. It was one of the reasons was that the king was closing the borders. So open borders to as much trade and migration as we as individual people want is as American as apple pie. It's actually more American than apple pie, because I don't believe apple pie is mentioned in the Declaration of Independence, but I may be wrong.